Ayotunde Balogun has the sports news tonight.
Many thanks, Gimba. Nigeria's under-23 team have lost their opening match at the CAF Under-23 Cup of Nations in Egypt, which also serves as qualifiers for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. In a game that could have gone either way, Cote d'Ivoire beat Nigeria 1-0, courtesy of a goal scored by Silas Gnaka from the penalty spot. Nigeria's Olisa Nda was sent off for a second bookable offence in the game. Nigeria's second match will be against Zambia on Tuesday. The league management company LMC says it will strengthen the enforcement of some provisions of the Nigeria Professional Football League rules to elevate the quality of the organization. LMC Chairman Shehu Diko said that 20 NPFL clubs have already resolved that there should be improvement in areas of pitch quality, dressing rooms, fair play, and fans' education. He said the new television broadcast deal has been reached, but the full details would be unveiled at a public event with the partners.
The rule book that you are using coming to start the league is the standard rule book until you make the whatever you want to make. The draft is ready, and so we can optimize it, and then we can adopt it after the inputs, and then we can move forward. Then we can also live here to say at least commercially we are coming back to where we meant to be, where we are supposed to be, and then we are going to be doing better and better than where we are. Make sure we have the right revenues that can be able to drive our operations and make us run as a business concern as we should be. We have also achieved something like that.
In the English Premier League, goals from Tammy Abraham and Christian Pulisic earned Chelsea a sixth consecutive win for the first time since their title-winning season of 2016-2017. Sean Dyche's Burnley beat West Ham at Turf Moor with goals from Ashley Barnes, Chris Wood and Ben Mee. Newcastle also beat Bournemouth in a keenly contested encounter at St James's Park. Elsewhere, Everton secured a priceless 2-1 away victory over Southampton, while Tottenham Hotspur played a 1-0 draw with Sheffield United. In the last game of the day, the Gunners' Arsenal slipped to a 2-0 defeat at Leicester City with second-half goals from Jamie Vardy and James Maddison. The victory now puts Leicester City second on the EPL table. Rafa Nadal says he is hoping to reach full fitness in time for his ATP finals against Alexander Zverev. That's on Monday. Well, his first game is on Monday evening against Zverev, and the 33-year-old knows that he needs to be at the peak of his powers. Nadal was forced to withdraw from his Paris Masters semi-final meeting with Denis Shapovalov last week, but has been training ahead of the season-ending event in London. The Spaniard has never won the ATP finals, but is hoping for a positive result, which would help him seal the year-end #1 position. And that's a wrap on sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. It's back to you,
As Germany marks the 30th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, the country's Chancellor Angela Merkel has warned citizens against taking democracy for granted. While attending the commemoration ceremony in Berlin alongside other European leaders, Ms. Merkel says no wall that keeps people out and restricts freedom is so high that it cannot be broken down. The wall had separated Soviet-controlled East Berlin and capitalist West Berlin during the Cold War. Its fall in 1989 was seen as a victory for the liberal democracy and led to Germany's reunification a year later. In Asia, authorities in India and Bangladesh have ordered the evacuation of nearly 500,000 people as cyclone BULBUL makes its way over the Bay of Bengal. The storm has begun making landfall near Sagar Island in India's West Bengal and is expected to unleash surges as high as 7 feet. Reports say that 2 people have already been killed by the cyclone. Along with evacuations, there have also been a number of seaports and airports closed in the region. Bangladesh's low-lying coast is often hit by deadly cyclones, but the country has successfully reduced the number of casualties in recent years. And the main news again. The Department of State Services today made a U-turn on the release of the convener of the #RevolutionNow protest, Omoyele. The DSS says that the persons to authorize his release were unavailable. Also today, the appeal courts upheld the election of Babajide Sanwo-Olu as the duly elected governor of Lagos State. In a unanimous decision, the appellate court ruled that Labour Party's petition against his victory lacks merit. Also today, ahead of next Saturday's governorship elections in KOGI and BAYELSA states, INEC officials called for the violence-free exercise as other groups challenge the electoral umpire on credible polls. And that's how it's been on the news at 10 tonight. I want to thank you so much indeed for being a part of it. On behalf of all of us here, have a splendid night rest. Good night.